Alright, got a few new stuff here for the Miata. I don't know if this thing actually works or not, but I got it anyways. Me and one other guy, I think. This is a little air scoop under the transmission. You look under the car, there's a couple of spots that seemed like it should have had a underbody cover, but it was just left as an empty space, even though there was like mounting spots for like a cover. So anyways, so Goodwin came out with this scoop here to scoop air into the transmission area, so that way it gets more airflow down there. I'm pretty sure it gets plenty of airflow as is, but I guess I'm one of those people OCD about that. So that's one thing right there. This is a lot smaller than it looks. You know, in the picture, it seems so big. It seems like twice as big, but when you actually get it, it's like, oh, it's tiny. When I first opened the box, I was like, oh, it's tiny. Got a bunch of lug nuts. So these are the aluminum lug nuts, forged. These things are forged. Now I can't remember what kind of aluminum was it. Was it 7075 or 6061? I think it was 7075. Anyways, that's a stronger one. The 7075 is the stronger one. 6061 is a little bit weaker. So it's forged. So very light. You know, aluminum is for the given volume. You know, like for example, you get a cubic inch of aluminum versus a cubic inch of steel. Aluminum is 1/3 the weight of steel. So this whole packet here is pretty light. I think they say because this thing is each lug nut is a little bit longer than the stock one. I think the stock one's slightly shorter. So I think this whole set is like this. I think they say it's like half the weight, or maybe a little less than half the weight of the steel lug nuts that come stock. And I have this little bar here. This is part of this thing. This is the underbody brace up towards the front, so it ties in the front suspension on both sides in the bracing. Let's see where the knife is. Open this up. So it's taped up pretty good. So looking at this from the pictures, anyways, this looks the same as a cruise coast on the brace kit. And I couldn't tell the difference between the two when I was looking at them. I couldn't tell the difference between the two when I was looking at them. I was like, you know, I wonder if this is a copy of the Cusco's. So it potentially can be, because it looks like practically the same. The only difference I could tell was the color. But this was, you know, like $100 cheaper than the Cusco's. You know, Cusco's is made in Japan. It's a, you know, Japanese brand. This one here is actually, well, Goodwin Racing says it's made in the U.S. You know, it's probably made in LA somewhere, in the LA area. Because LA, you know, they make a lot of. They have a lot. You know, the LA area has a lot of automotive manufacturing from smaller independent shops. You know, smaller independent fabrication houses. A lot of that goes on down there in LA, in Southern California. This thing is steel, I believe. This other bar here, this is aluminum. I think this one's steel. And, you know, it feels heavy like it's steel. Yeah, it looks like steel to me. Yeah, so the Cusco looks, you know, looking at the pictures, looks just like this, you know. I think one is a copy of the other. So this is probably a copy of the Cusco's, you know, if I were to guess. But anyways, this thing is, you know, it's definitely steel. It's $100 less than the Cusco, so that's why I got it. But anyway, so, like, you know, each side connects to the one side of the suspension, and this bar kind of goes in between the two, and it connects wherever. I'm not even sure. But anyway, so that's what that does. All right. insert here, perforated with a little packing inside. I think it's fiberglass or whatever packing. This is for the single tip exhaust from Goodwin. That way it quiets it down a little bit. Because I don't know. Yeah, I hear it on the videos and stuff, but even with the headphone, it's not the same as hearing it live. So I'm not sure how the exhaust will sound. So I got this to help quiet it down a little bit. I don't like loud exhaust, but at the same time, I got the exhaust because I want something a little bit less weight. So here's the big box for the exhaust. Open up this bad boy. Packaged really well. Look at this thing. It's all in a vacuum foam. This is those vacuum foam packaging that they use. So that's packaged really well. I don't think it's a very big exhaust. It's I believe it's 14 pounds. This exhaust. And the stock exhaust is 21.5 pounds, I believe, from Goodwin's website. Feels heavy. But I don't think it is, but it feels heavy though. So, stainless steel. Stainless steel. This is their what is it called? Super Street, I think they call it. And they basically have 3 versions. Right? They have the Race, the Super Street, and the Quiet. The Q, Q stands for quiet. So this is the middle one, the Super Street. And it's about 14 pounds, or just under 14 pounds. And you have the race version is I believe it's like 11 pounds. Then the quiet one is actually heavier than the stock, because stock is 21.5 pounds, and the quiet version is 22 pounds, I believe. So I did not want to add weight, so that's why I got this one. Because it was only 14 pounds, so basically it was 7 pounds less than stock, with that little tip. If I add that little tip on, that's probably like another pound again, so it's probably 15 pounds. So 6 pounds, about 6 pounds, that's less than stock, I would say. So it's still okay. Hopefully it won't be it won't be too loud, I'm hoping. I don't really like loud exhaust. A little bit deeper sound. The main thing is I want the deeper sound. A little throatier, nice. But it can't be droning and it can't be annoying. Any of those exhausts you hear all those ricers do, and it sounds like fart cans and whatever high pitch. I hate high pitch sounds. I prefer the lower, deeper tones. Okay, so that's it right there. That's a Super Street. This is the what do they call it? The hose mirror or hose, whatever. I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, so your exhaust goes through here, and whatever the unwanted sounds, the frequencies basically, it comes into here, and that quiets that down, and other stuff goes in here. So it's definitely gonna be louder than stock for sure, but with that insert, hopefully it'll be less. So it has another insert in here. It looks like it's solid. There's another insert in here. Looks like it's a solid piece in there. So I'll take that out later. Later when I do the install, I'll take this out and see what the heck's in there. But I think this insert in here also helps quiet down, but probably not as much as the other one. The the one that's in there already, it's just kind of a solid piece. This one actually has the perforation with the sound deadening, some sound deadening material in there. So once that sticks on in there, it goes in a little deeper as well. So hopefully it should sound good. So sound good and stays quiet, no droning, no goofy high pitched sounds. So it looks like this whole thing is MIG welded. Looking at all the beads here, everything is MIG welded. So MIG welding is a lot cheaper than TIG welding, a lot faster. Oh, except for right here. This right here looks like it's flange, looks like it's TIG welded. So that's about the only spot that's TIG welded is the flange. I guess they wanted a better fit, up, more precise fit up, because this is where the mid pipe connects, and there's actually no gasket here. It actually uses a ball pivot type kind of interface. So the other side is kind of like grounded, and it mates up. It has a mating. It mates up with this. So I believe that's why they TIG welded it. So that way it doesn't have any bulk. It doesn't interfere with the mating surface. So that's TIG welded. Everything else is MIG welded. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna put this on probably a little later today, maybe. I'm thinking. Yeah. So yep, that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the install videos.